Right, guys. So we've made it to work and clocked in. So we're just being told. I've just been told that my load's almost ready. So I should be loading you up now. But before we do that, I need to do a vehicle check. So we'll get back to you after that. Right, guys. So I've done the vehicle check now, and we've also loaded up. Got my paperwork. How many drops we've got? We've got altogether 17 drops. We'll be going few in Colne, some in Bernalswick, then we go to Skipton, Grassington, back to Barlick, and then back to Colne. So it should be a nice little run out. So let's get going. First things first, we need to fuel up. So let's get to the petrol station.
Idling penalty issued.
Yes, I know. Let's make out of this yard first. The turning circles in these new Mercedes is not very good. It's a bit of like an oil tanker. Alright, let's get cracking. It's a bit of a shaky camera. Where's my fuel card? Yeah, let's go. So my shift starts at 7 o'clock today, and we should be done for 2. I think the run sheet said we should be back about 1:30. So we're running 4 minutes ahead of schedule at the moment. Oh, and the petrol station is always open, thank God for that. Right, let's go quickly fuel up, and then we'll head off to our first delivery point. Right, that's the van fueled up. Let's go to our first customer. Where are we going? Oh, we're going 2 drops in Colne. So that shouldn't take a while. Let's get out of here. But it's not working. That's why. Oh, why is that not being silly? Right, let's get out. Let's just park up for a second. Oh, it's a typical morning, isn't it? Sat-nav's not working. Right, that's the first 2 Colne deliveries done. Our next one is in Bernalswick, so I'm just gonna head out over there and reverse back down this street. So let's give a bit of a history lesson. Oh, hang on. Someone's trying to come this way. Oh, hang on. Oh, they're giving me way, thank God for that. Yeah, it's always tricky reversing around here. All clear. Thumbs up. Right, off to Colne. We're in Colne now, so Barley. Let's go. Right, history lesson. So, Asda. I've been working here since 2014. Always done home shopping. Started off in home shopping doing the picking side of things. So I was on the shop floor picking the customers' orders. Apparently I wasn't really that good, so they took me off picking and put me on the service crew. So I was working basically in the warehouse, sorting out the customers' shopping onto these little dollies, ready for the drivers to take the dollies and load onto the van. Oh, bloody blind spots. They were short of drivers, so they basically said to me, "Do you want to go on driving?" And I was quite hesitant actually, for kind of like mainly 2 reasons. The first one was I've never driven anything bigger than a car before, and this is a 3.5 ton van, so to me it looked quite daunting. And the other thing was I've never driven an automatic before, So yeah, those were the reasons why I kind of like didn't fancy going on driving. Plus, every time I was in the little pod where all the orders are stored, you always see the drivers coming in all flustered and frustrated and giving it all the French language and everything, saying this customer that and this customer that, and it didn't appeal to me really. But I was coerced into becoming a driver. So I went out with one of the section leaders at the time. It took me around a 5-minute drive, and it seemed okay. It wasn't as bad as everyone made it out to be. So I said, yeah, fine, I'll go on driving. Back in them days, there was hardly any training. So when I went out for that 5-minute assessment, the next day I was driving on my own. So yeah, back then I lived quite a sheltered life, not being outside my town basically. And the first day I got out on my own, I was given I think it was about 12, 13, 14 drops. It was a late delivery, so it was afternoon. I think I started around, it was around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and it was scheduled to finish before 10. And yeah, that shift was a nightmare because it was absolutely chucking it down with the rain. It rained really hard. It started getting dark quite early, I think, as well. I'm not sure what month it was, but yeah, it went dark quite quickly. And the shift that was supposed to finish at 10 o'clock, I didn't get back till about 11:30 at night. I was running behind every single order because I've never been to outside the Colne area before. So yeah, it was a massive learning curve. But yeah, stuck to it. And kind of glad that I did stick with it, because despite that first few months were really hard, because obviously you've never been to these places that SatNav's taking you to, and finding the addresses, knowing where they are is quite tricky at the beginning. So basically my advice to everybody who wants to get into this is, yes, it's an easy job, but at the beginning it will be difficult, because you've probably never been to these places before. Most of them, depending on kind of like what your catchment area is. For us in Colne, we have quite a rural setting for all our deliveries. We have a few towns and big towns here and there. Most of it is quite rural. So we've got like farms to go to, and sometimes you're out in the sticks. You could be anywhere. But if you're driving like in a very large town or city, most of your deliveries should be pretty easy. SatNav should take you there. But back when I started, the way the SatNav used to work was, it used to go off the postcode, and instead of taking you to the actual house, it would take you to the middle of the postcode, and then you would have to figure out where that actual house was. Now, if you're going to a town or city, it's fairly easy, because the postcode will take you to the street that you need to go on, and then you just need to figure out what house number you're going to. But if you're going to a farm, that postcode that it sends you to could be a good 3 or 4 miles away from the actual place you need to be at, and that was quite difficult at the beginning. But since then, Asda's kind of changed the way the sat nav works. So it now runs off a GPS location. So even if you're going to a farm in the middle of nowhere, it should take you pretty close to the actual location of where that farm or delivery is. Obviously, the towns and cities are dead easy. Yeah, so it takes you there. But even now with the sat navs that we have at the moment, even if it does take you to the wrong location, you are able to update the location. So when you do find a place that you've not been to, or the sat nav takes you to the wrong place, you can update the location for the next guy. So you update the location on the little microlise, and for the next time it should take you pretty much there, which is a good thing, because on the old system it didn't need to do that. You basically had to figure it out for yourself. Right, we are here in Kelbrook right now, and we are going to a farm apparently. Well, it's listed as a farm. I don't think it's a farm though. Some of these places are not built for Asda vans. So yeah, that was the beginning. Now I've been here some 10 years now. I've been doing this job, and it's dead simple. And I love driving. You're in your van pretty much all day. You are your own boss. Basically, there's no managers looking down on you. As long as you get loaded in the morning on time, make sure you get to your deliveries on time as well, there should be no issue with anything. Oh, right, yes. Going up this lane. Places that we have to go to. Right, I'm almost there to this customer, so I'll bash this one off and then catch you on the bow back. Right, that's the first of the 4 Bernalswick drops done. Let's bang these other 3 out. And then we're off to Skipton, I think. Shame about the weather today. It's a bit overcast and gloomy. Typical Lancashire weather. Surprisingly, it's not raining. I've probably just jinxed it now. It's probably going to lash it down later on. Oh, I love these tracks. Nice and bumpy. So, if you guys have been watching my other videos, yeah, so if you've been watching my videos, you should know that I've recently passed my Class 1 HGV license back in December, and currently looking for work, actually, either in Class 1 preferably, but I'll take Class 2 work as well. At the moment, we're starting off at the bottom in a 3.5 ton truck, little baby truck. So if there's anyone out there with vacancies in Class 1 or Class 2, give us a shout. Right, where are we going next? How we to pull up? Let's have a look. Where are we going? That's that done. Next one is there. Oh yes. I know where that one is. The thing about these sat-navs I really hate is that you'll get a address like this one that we've just been to. It says Bunnelswick, and the postcode is also for Bunnelswick, but the actual delivery address is not Bunnelswick. So we're here currently in Kelbrook, which is like about 2 miles, 3 miles, well, about 2 miles away from Bunnelswick. And obviously it's not much of a problem because it's not that far away, but when you get, especially around the Skipton area, you'll get an address on the paperwork I'm talking about. On the paperwork it will say X, Y and Z, Skipton, and it'll give you a postcode for Skipton, but it might actually be in Skipton, which kind of bugs me, because I'm thinking when I see that address, yeah, Skipton, easy drop, but it could be absolutely anywhere within like a 10-15 mile radius of Skipton, because that's the way the postcode system works. So we might get Skipton on the run sheet saying Skipton, but it could be anywhere really. It could be almost towards Grassington, Gargrave, even Bolton Abbey way, and that's a big chunk of area to cover. And sometimes it can catch you out if you don't know, you know, where you're actually going to, unless you recognise a street. Yeah, I always check, because if it's a street that I don't recognise that's actually in Skipton, I'll have a look on the sat nav just to make sure it is actually in Skipton. And if it's not, then at least you know it's somewhere else, like, you know, Gargrave or Grassington or whatever. Yeah, that's the only kind of gripe I have with the sat-nav system. Well, it's not really the sat-nav, it's actually the run sheet that's the problem. Because on the run sheet, it should say, even though it's a Skipton postcode, if it's not Skipton, it should tell you where it is. Like, it should say, what, X, Y, and Z Street, Gargrave, Skipton. So at least you have an idea of where you're going. Because, for example, there's quite often it happens that if you're in Bunnelswick, like where we're going to now, and your next delivery is around Skipton, but it's not actually Skipton, it should take you towards Skipton on the A59. But if, for example, the the actual delivery address is in Gargrave. If you go, there's a small B road that goes between Benalswick and Gargrave. It's a bit of a shortcut. But the sat nav won't take you that way. It'll take you all the way on the A59 towards Skipton, and then back on the A65 towards Gargrave. And it's a good 4 mile detour, which is just ridiculous, really. And you lose like a good 10 minutes. So unless you kind of recognize some of the addresses, or at least the street names, you could be in for detours. Now, I don't think it happens much in towns and cities, but when you're driving rural, it could happen quite often, as it does with us lot in Colne. Right, we're here at drop number 2 of 4 in the Benalswick area. So let me just quickly drop this one off, and we'll get back to you. Yeah, we will come back after I've done the other 2 drops. Brilliant. Easy going backwards and forwards. It's a one-way down here, so if he's reversing. Let's just wait here. Let him come out. There we go. Go on, pull in. Brilliant. Yeah, so yeah, I'll finish these Benalswick deliveries, and then I'll catch you back when we're going to Skipton. Right, we've just done drop number 8 of 17. We're still in Skipton. The time is 9:38, and the customer I've just done now is dropped off early. They weren't scheduled until, well, they had a time slot between 10 and 12, and after delivery at 9:30, which means the next drop also at 10 while 12 slot is going to be early as well. And Asda have this silly rule where you're not allowed to arrive at a customer's address before 19 minutes before their time slot. So what is it now? It's now 9:39. The earliest I can be at the next customer is 9:41. So we've got 3 minutes, but we're still going to be early because we're not scheduled to be there till 11 minutes past 10. So I thought I'd give you guys a bit of a rundown of what we do, how this job is and stuff, and how we deliver. So we've seen in the morning. Oh, look at that, nice and dirty hands. So we get into the morning by doing our walk around check, making sure the van's okay. We go get paperwork, so we know what load we're loading, and then we load the vans, and we get our microlize, this little thing here, which is also our sat nav. It's got all the customers' details on there, and you do your van checks on that as well. And then basically we load up and then start delivering. And the way Asda want you to, there's a specific way on how they want you to load the van. Now some people load their vans differently, and I load my van the way Asda have taught me, basically. So the way they say is on your shutter side, on your left hand side, the first row of the racking is number 1. So we basically go along the bottom. I think there's four slots. So you go along the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we basically snake it. So if you're number 1 over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 1, another 4, up another 4, and then up another 4. So we basically snake it on the van. The last order is at number 1, and then whatever the first orders are, they'll be at the top. So when you drop the orders off, they should be in order as you're going along. Same with the chiller. There's only 2 rows, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 6. So it's snaked again, but with only 2 columns. The freezer's only got 1 column, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Simple as that. And then so I load it the way as to tell me to load it, but when it comes to dropping them off, I do it my own way. The way you're supposed to do it is, once you've arrived, so that's the sat nav. So once you've arrived at a customer's address, you're supposed to scan. So this is a little scanner at the end. You're supposed to scan off the totes. Now on the microlight, it'll tell you how many totes the customer's got.
Switch off engine to avoid idling penalties.
Thank you for that. I'll switch the engine off when I want to. So yeah, it'll tell you how many totes the customer's got for their shopping. and you're supposed to scan each one off.
Idling penalty received.
Oh, thank you. So yeah, you're supposed to scan each tote off, so you know that it's actually there, it's not missing or anything. But the way I do it is, on each of the stickers where the barcode is supposed to scan off, I go off by the OSN number. So each customer has an OSN number, and each of their totes has this OSN number on. So instead of scanning it off, I look for the OSN number and take them totes off. So I know that them totes belong to the customer that I'm at. So I don't scan off. It saves me a lot of time actually, because you're supposed to scan the sticker, take the sticker off, and then do the next one. Whereas I look for the OSN number, grab them totes, and then deliver. So I don't scan it off and I don't take the sticker off. So I know it doesn't sound much, it only takes like a couple of seconds to scan the tote and take the sticker off, but when you're doing a 6-hour shift, it builds up. So yes, that's the way I do it. I look for the OSN number and take it off the van. The only downside to that is, if you're busy, if you've got a lot of orders and you come to a customer, somewhere, and you're rushing, you might miss a tote. Now, it's happened to me quite often, well, not quite often, but it's happened to me sometimes where I've been busy trying to keep up with the ETA on the run sheet. So I'm rushing around, grabbing totes, and sometimes I do miss one. And then, well, it's up to me then basically to kind of go back and redeliver. And so yeah, that's the only thing you gotta be wary of. If you don't scan off, then you could miss totes. But that's the risk I take anyway. It's not much of a risk, because if you're doing it properly, I've done this long enough now, I rarely miss totes anymore. And then you basically save time doing that way. So yeah, that's kind of like the delivery process. Load it on, scan off, deliver to customers, and that's it. And do refunds as well. Now, some people are supposed to take this to the doorstep of the customer, and as they give you back stuff they don't want, substitutes or anything that's damaged or whatever, you're supposed to scan the barcode at the doorstep and do the refunds. Whereas I don't do that. I wait for the customers to hand me their substitutes back, or the stuff they don't want, and I do the refunds here in the cab. All you've basically got to do is remember what they're giving you back. Anyway, it comes up on this anyway. So when you're doing your subs, there's this little section that says substitutes, and it's pretty easy to kind of like just bang off the refunds. It's a bit more difficult when they give you something back that's not a substitute, or if it's damaged or something, because it won't appear at the top of the list. You'd have to search through their shopping list to find the item they want to return. So yeah, it's a cushy job this. Right, what time we're on? We're on 9:47, so we can go and deliver this next customer, drop number 9, which is in MC. Right, let's go deliver this, and then we'll get back to you guys in my break, which is in 2 drops time. Right, catch you guys in a second. time is it? 10:02, and we're on drop number 10. Oh, we're early to this one. Their delivery slot is between 11 and 1, and it's just gone 10 o'clock, so I need to basically ring them and see if they'll take it an hour early. If not, I've got a bit of a wait. I hope they take it early because I've got a break afterwards, so I've got to waste an hour here, then a half an hour break, and then I'm getting to my next one, which is also in Skipton. Now, let me ring this customer and see if they'll take it early. I'll get back to you in a second. Right then, what delivery is that? That's delivery number 10 done. It's scheduled me for a break right now, but I don't see the point of taking a break because my next customer, their delivery time is between 10 and 12, and it's 10:19 now. There's no point me taking a break now, waiting half an hour when I could be doing this delivery. So the plan is, I'll do the next delivery after my break. I'll do that now, then take my break. So I'll do drop number 11 now, then take a break, and drop number 12 is between 12 and 2. So I'll have an extra long break actually. Half an hour scheduled break, and I'll probably be waiting about for an hour. So that's the plan. So, well, on the microlize thing, it won't let me go to the next delivery because it wants me to take a break. Thankfully, I know where it is, so I don't need the sat nav, which is a good thing. Right, let's go. I'll catch you in a break after this order on my break. Grassington deliveries, and that last one was a bit of a tight squeeze down this street that you just see in front of you. Right, so that was drop number 14 done. Now we've got 3 more left. Going back to Burnellswick. Yeah, 1 in Burnellswick, 1 in Abbey, and 1 in Colne. So we are on. Let's have a look. It's 12:40 right now. We're scheduled to be at our next drop at 1:09. We're 2 minutes in front. Right, let's get going. Let's get out of here first. This was very narrow, and that house on the right, with the pointy wall sticking out, I almost reversed into it. Because this is Grassington. Well, this right turn now is Grassington High Street, and there was traffic coming up the other way, and it's quite tight. Oh. There's cars parked right in front, and there's little beer barrels on the side, so it's quite tight. Right, try not to run these people over, and then we're heading back towards Burnellswick. It should be done soon. Almost finished. Oh, imagine bringing an Arctic down here. Crazy. Anyway, we're going back home, towards home anyway. This is the furthest out we're going to be out today. That's Grassington High Street done. Right, enjoy the ride back. Right, I think we'll leave it at that for the moment. I'll probably catch you guys back when we're going towards or at the store. Yeah, see you in a bit. we've just done drop number 15 and 16. So they were both in EAB Ranix on the same street, a few doors down, which is fantastic when that happens. So we're on our last delivery now, which is back in Colne. So I'd say we're supposed to get there 1:33, and we're just about on schedule. Right, anyone behind us? Nope. Right, last one. Should be home soon. There we go. Down. Right, so yeah, we'll see you back in the yard.